You now have Drigo's control of Drigo. Thane then bows and says, "Can I get you gentlemen anything?" He's dressing the group as a whole. Who would like to control Grim at the moment? Anybody?
I was gonna say I'll take Drigo because he's on the ranger.
Mike already took Drigo.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind then.
Anybody want
I
to
guess
take?
I'll take Grim. I'll take
You want to
Grim
take
then.
Grim? Okay,
Sure.
fair enough. Okay, you should have Grim.
Yep.
What anybody? We'll leave the rest. We'll leave Mateus. Would anybody like to take Islander? Is he in here? I don't see him. Hold on. I need to grab Islander's token. He's missing. 1 second.
How's everybody doing this evening?
Good. Doing good. And yourself?
A little tired, but I'm all right. What you been getting up to?
Work and more work, really.
Fair enough.
I thought I had the day off yesterday, so I started planning a bunch of stuff and then checked my roster just to double check, and it was like, no, you're closing tonight.
Ouch.
So I did a 8-hour shift last night. Just
Oh, so you didn't have Saturday off completely?
no, I thought I did, but
Oh, oops,
yeah.
that sucks. Where we are? There we are. Tilburg residence. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Anybody want to? He will not be here. So does anybody want to take the big man?
Should let Daniel take the big man.
All right, Daniel Zamaripa, you are being promoted to control the barbarian as well, because we know that a barbarian is in great hands with Daniel Zamaripa.
All you gotta, it's a big guy. He's a big guy. All he has to do is get angry and bash heads.
Yep, he's the perfect man
Play
for
skills.
he's the perfect person for Daniel Zamaripa to control.
Wait, who do I control? Islander?
Islander, yes. As soon as I give him to you in your journal. Oops. I need to also give you his.
It won't be hard. He's not very smart.
And what does he sound like again?
Well,
Think of a.
he's not real stupid. I mean, he's not necessarily. What's his intelligence? 11. So yeah, it's okay. It's average. At least he's not got a negative modifier.
I envision him as Andre the Giant.
Thane doesn't hear anybody who needs anything, so he bows and steps away, disappears, closing the door behind him. Okay, so everybody's eyes are either fixed into their beers or drinks, or if you've poured a drink, or Thane has gotten you a drink, or you're staring at Alaric, who is holding this piece of paper in his hand, staring at it.
All right. I'll just address the group and say, Salvador has gone to help prep the burglary tonight in the place that we talked about that held the magic book that we want access to.
Yes. To jog everybody's memories, because I know it's been a couple weeks, Mateus was has been Mateus's research with Monique, but mostly Mateus in the Guild of Arcane Lore, the small guild that's here, um, and having read and studied the volumes of information, or the information, and deciphering and sort of translating and doing what he has had to do to read Lepidus's treatise on um, the Tome of the Dragide, and um, all of that it entails, Lulankidas, whatnot. He's concluded that the Temple of Savnor is known to keep works from the time of Lothram the Fellspotter, who at one point built a city here during his relatively short-lived empire. And it's believed that in some of the things that Mateus found, that Lothram may, in his search for power, ever increasing power, may have searched for the Tome of the Dragide, and that as we all know, there are some periods in history that we, in our world as well as in Harn, that we only have what little history and tales we've heard tell of past events. Occasionally, we're lucky enough that some philosopher or famous author of the time took copious notes, wrote about the Iliad, or wrote about, Napoleon's triumphs, or so somebody who witnessed uh, historic events. In rare cases, we know that those people sometimes write, journals or stories or histories, and those books carry, down. They survive and tell us something about what transpired, firsthand accounts and things like that. Those are rare, but sometimes the people are lucky, and historians are lucky and have those. And Mateus believes there is such a document, and more than likely kept in the more secure library at the Savnor Temple, and that document could hold further secrets or clues to the whereabouts of the Tome of the Dragide. And so he thinks it's important enough that you as a group try and secure that document. So that's why we're here. Now, I believe the original plan, or one plan that was discussed, again to jog all your memory, was that tomorrow, in the morrow, at around 11 a.m., the funeral service begins at the cathedral, at the temple of the Spear of Shadowsara. And there was some thought about splitting the party and having part of the party break into the Savnor Temple in broad daylight. And while the service was happening across town, because it literally is cross town, but then relatively recently, like within the last handful of hours leading up to the feast and in the immediate aftermath of the feast, there was some change in plan, and I believe the party has now decided that maybe they need to go tonight to the temple. So that's sort of where we're at. Anybody have any questions about that, or remember something different?
No, sounds about right.
Okay.
I believe it was who Thalander wanted to do it, and someone else was motivated.
Yeah.
Thought we should do it.
Well,
Grim, maybe?
Thalander having served as a monk of the Order of the Valerian Order, which is a militant order designed to protect the knowledge. You will recall he came to you fairly recently. Came to this very townhouse fairly recently, claiming that as a monk, whose goal was to protect the knowledge, or enforce the protection of knowledge that the Savdoran faith believes is too important to not protect. He discovered, and your sense was, in the short time you've known Thillander, your sense is he takes his job very seriously. Every time you look at him, he seems to be scribbling knowledge down in some parchment, or everything he sees. He's very observant, and he seems to be taking it all in. And if not committing it to memory, certainly scribbling on something, even his skin on occasion. In the short time you've known him, and so he's always seemed to be very devout. But something, there was I think he said there was this list of members of the Privy Council, and Sir Roger Tilburn's name was the first one crossed off the list, and he discovered this list in the Temple of Savnor, and it concerned him. Concerned him that to the point where he thought, I need to take this to somebody who might be able to help decipher what it really means. He doesn't want to believe what he thinks it means. If this was a hit list and it was in the presence of the monks or the priests of the Savnoran faith, that's alarming to him. So he came to you all the other night with this information, and you invited him to stay and join the group, and he was there at the feast tonight as Alaric's guest, I believe. But he's gone now, and you have this note. So, I guess my question now, as your host, is what next?
All right, so it was people going would be at minimum Grim. Who else was going to go to break in?
Well, I think Islander probably has missed out on stuff, so he seems eager to do whatever is needed for the group. At least that's what I believe Avian would have wanted. Other than that, I don't know who else wants to participate.
Would Oris want to go? Since he kind of knows the buildings and stuff somewhat.
This is for sabotage or for gathering evidence?
Yeah, I think we're talking about breaking into a temple in the middle of the night and searching for a document.
Oof.
That Mateus is convinced would be helpful.
Yeah. Always would be able to help.
All right. Oris kind of rubs his chin and thinks deeply for a moment, and says, "Well, why the hell not?" Anybody else?
Assuming Islander, since he went last time.
Yep.
Maybe Fabian does not feel inclined to partake, but I think Grim is definitely a little in on the action.
Yeah, I would think Grim would be keen on any breaking and entering that has to be
Breaking and
done.
entering activities, yeah.
Yeah, I think he's tired of protecting members of the Privy Council. So
Saying Islander's skills, I don't think he would be good at sneaking around.
well, no, he wouldn't. But maybe
No, but
watching,
he's good
as a lookout, he might
he's good at bashing heads in when the shit gets
right.
tough.
He also could be good at opening lock things with brute force. Is another good purpose, I suppose, of him.
And he could see through the mouse, Grim's mouse's eyes.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Mateus is Mateus speaks up, and I'll take the liberty of speaking up for Mateus. And he says, "Well, I suppose I should go. I probably know what I'm looking for, or what we should be looking for. He is sort of the academic. Um,
Good point.
and Monique says she's going to stay behind because you know her place is really to get some rest. It's going to be a stressful day tomorrow, and she might go check on her brother at the temple. Since he has to sit his vigil in silence, she might take him some nourishment or something like midnight nourishment or some such. So Monique will not accompany you. Sabine, I think Sabine is probably going to stay behind as well. She probably needs a break from all the mental work that she and Mateus have gone through lately. I guess the question is Drigo. I think Drigo would be keen if Eric were here.
Yeah. Yeah, he'd want to help.
Mm-hmm. Again, to get to some action, having not had a lot of action,
Mm-hmm.
looking after the Privy Council. He got to he couldn't really participate or partake in the feast like everybody else, so maybe Drigo's ready for a little craziness. Is that the plan?
Sounds like the plan to me.
Okay.
So Mateus, Grib, Slender, Horus, and Drigo.
Mateus, Oris, Islander, Fabian, you coming along?
No.
You're not.
Fabian's not inclined to go and steal and thieve.
Okay. All right. So Oris, we're looking at Oris, Islander, Mateus, Drigo, Valeric, and Grip. I got that right?
Drigo, Horus, Slender, Grim, Mateus. 1, 2, 3, 4. I see 5.
Yep. I see 6. Islander, Oris, Mateus, Drigo, Valeric, and Grim. I see 6.
Oops. Forgot myself.
Sounds about right. Okay. I'm going to drag those 6, grab those 6, and I'm going to switch over to the map. And we're going to, those who do not come, like Fabian, will still get to watch the action.
Lucky me.
Well, you had the option. All right. Let's see. Okay. So we all start here with Tilburn residents, and the group starts walking up Chidena Street. You've actually been near the. Well, you actually many of you recently used the rat to scope out the Savdoran Temple, if you recall. So you work your way. The group of six work their way up Chidena Street. Now the curfew hasn't quite happened yet, but by about 8 p.m. curfew's in effect. So you do have to kind of. Oh well, I guess the question is, what time are we doing this? So you have a choice, right? Do you wait several hours and do this in the wee hours of the morning at 3 or 4 a.m. when nobody's likely to be awake? Or do you do this at 8, 9 p.m. when people are more than likely to be awake? Unfortunately, without Dallender here, you don't really know what the nighttime, habits are of the folks there, or how many might be in abode.
What is Mateus's opinion as the organizer? If you will.
Well, I would say Grim would probably be the one with better advice for, shall we say, nighttime activities
Huh.
of this nature.
Right.
And Grim would probably advise going, in the wee hours of the
night.
morning. Yeah. After most folks, but then you have to get through the city, in the darkness, try and stealth your way, not be spotted disobeying the curfew, right?
Didn't we have that cloak?
Do you have a cloak?
Yeah, because we used it to sneak into Arsene's restaurant.
Arsene had a cloak. Or was it Arsene had a cloak? Or was it? I thought it was Arsene. No?
Because we met Arsene at his place.
Mm-hmm.
Who was it? Who had that cloak?
I don't recall. Let me see if I have any notes about that.
Let's see. Cloak. Fabian.
Oh, you're talking
Cloak
about
of Shadows.
my cloak of nature.
Does it hide you?
It's an increase to stealth. It doesn't hide me.
Right.
It's it's not like a invisibility cloak. It's just a step up.
Right. Does it have to be attuned to you in particular, or?
I don't think Fabian would be very keen giving it up.
Mm. Well, I guess you have to make do without it. But I think Grim would suggest, in his professional opinion, going at the wee hours of the morning.
And does Grim know of any way to get there to be less seen, like through
Other than better
sewer?
Other than better stealth. Oh, that's an interesting. Question. Let's see if Grim has a subterranean approach to that he can suggest. Hold on a minute.
I feel stealth. I feel checks coming on. Pull up the character sheet.
All right, let's see here. Actually, okay, so Grim, yeah, so Grim says, wait right here, gentlemen. Let me make some inquiries. I believe we shouldn't do this until 2 or 3 in the morning.
The time is right.
Yeah, and let me slip away and make yourselves comfortable. Mind you, not too much of the beer or the wine, gentlemen. You don't want to be inebriated too badly for what's going to transpire this evening. But let me get back to you after seeing what I can do. So Grim slips away. So you're not leaving right this minute. So Grim slips away, and he's gone for a couple of hours. Okay. You guys, does anybody want to do anything over that time?
I think that we,
Did you want to? Okay.
first time we had gone to scope out the place, thought we had identified an ingress path. Or no?
Well, I think you'd use the rat to get in the front gate and just kind of make a circuit around the building, and then that was about it.
He went up.
He
He
might
went
have
upstairs.
He might have climbed. He might have gone inside. Yeah, I think he went inside, right, and snuck around inside for a bit too.
He went upstairs and got to the main room where
Yep.
the door was that led to the library or whatever.
Well, there are 3 stories in the building: ground
Yeah.
floor, first floor, second floor, and I think he identified, or this letter was able to identify, um, two secure libraries or 2 secure doors. One on the second floor, one on the third floor. Sorry, one on the first floor, one on the second floor. So not on the ground floor, but the 2 floors above.
And I believe one looked like it was secured or had more security on it.
Yes, the one on the second floor,
Second floor.
the top floor.
Yeah.
Yep.
If I remember, he and the mouse were looking for a way that we could perhaps enter, and then I think he did a lap around the building. If I
He
remember.
identified there was an outhouse in the back, separate outhouse near the castle wall. Up against the castle wall, there was a back door, I believe, that to the building, and then some windows and some probably some shuttered and barred secured windows on the very top floor. There were the a special library was more than likely kept. Um, I don't think Thalander was with you at the time, so he couldn't really give you guys any advice about what you were looking at.
Right.
So, in the ensuing 2 hours, while Grim is away doing whatever Grim is doing, I imagine you're sharpening your weapons, gathering your stuff, deciding what to take, maybe discussing the approach. And then Grim slides back into the room and he says, I think I've got us a way to avoid the curfew.
What is the feasibility of walking through town at any hour with weapons?
Not good if they're not peacebound. So that's why he's kind of thinks he's found a
Yeah.
surreptitious way. He says he's found a surreptitious way to avoid entanglements. To avoid constabulary entanglements.
Excellent.
So, about 2 in the morning, you guys are. Grim says, "It's time."
So what's the plan exactly then, Grim?
Follow me.
Teus?
Follow me. So one by one,
Okay.
you slip out, and he heads out the front door of Arsene's place, and slips in the back door of the Galapeus Feast. Next door.
So I have one Cochlea stone.
Oh yeah, yeah. Who's
Yeah,
got the Cochlea
Fabian.
stones? You've
Rickley
got
has
one,
it.
and Fabian has the other. Fabian's not coming. He's got the other. Or are you gonna take both with you, or leave one here? The range should be, well, if you're across the city, it should be okay. The you don't know what the urban landscape might do to interfere with communication, though. You've never tested it that far in in dense urban setting like this.
Mhm. Who do we have? Monique, Sabine, and Fabian are staying behind. Is that
Yeah.
correct? Monique, Sabine, and Fabian. Okay.
That is correct. I mean, I
Okay.
don't,
All right.
I think leaving one back is fine if you're calling for assistance, but if you think you need to have both lines of communication as you're moving around, whatever, then take it. I don't know what's more tactically feasible for you.
Okay. So you're following Grim into the Galapeus Feast.
I suppose everybody does.
Okay.
Follow me, guys. Not really.
Follow me, guys.
Exactly. He is like an 16-year-old or an 18-year-old or little kids almost.
Yeah, how young was he?
15, 16.
Yeah, like I said, he's not young. He's not old.
Nope, no. Okay. So he takes you to the Galapeus Feast, and you guys go in the kitchen door, which not the door that was used obviously for the feast, but it's the kitchen door is just near Arsene's place actually, and you guys slip in the kitchen door, and from there you go through in the real quick, just make sure I'm looking at the right place here. Yep. So you go in the kitchen and you descend some stairs into the basement of the Galapeus Feast, and you can smell sweat and alcohol and tobacco, and you can see as you descend these stairs a storeroom, uh, a long storeroom that runs sort of the length of the middle of the Galapeus Feast, and it's got barrels and crates, and it's damp and what you would expect from from a cellar, and the at the foot of the stairs there's a ill-dressed, sort of smarmy figure, clearly somebody belonging to the underworld, or the world of miscreants, and he's probably in his late teens, early 20s, and he greets Grim with a sort of a hand signal, like and a sort of a handshake you've never seen before. And he leads the group. He leads Grim, and Grim leads you past some crates and barrels, and just past this first group of crates and barrels, you see him stop in front of a blank wall. And he's doing something with his hands. You can't really tell what, but he's touching several places in and around this section of wall, and then the wall opens. And he says, "This way." And he leads you into another chamber, which was probably, when you think about it physically, it's probably immediately below the kitchen that you know was above. You passed through when you were above. And in the middle of this room, there's crates, there's barrels and boxes and sacks, and you can, and your sense is that these items are probably more valuable than what was outside in the other chamber. But he leads you into the middle of the room, and there's a trap door, and he lifts this trap door, right? And you can see, and he grabs a lantern, and he hands it to Grim, and he says, "Follow me." And he takes a lantern of his own, and he starts to descend this ladder. He steps over the edge of the lip of this opening after lifting this trapdoor, and he starts descending a ladder. And Grim looks up at all of you, and the other 5 of you are looking at Grim like, "What the fuck?" You're all like, "We're going down there?" And Grim says, "Trust me." And he starts going down the ladder. What do you do?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Does this cylinder fit down the ladder?
And just as this leader, this guide, starts going down the ladder, he looks up at Grim and he says, "Remember 4." Oh, yeah. Grim says, "Oh," and he looks up at who's going down after Grim. Who's the first one down after Grim? Alaric, is it you?
Sure, I'll go.
Okay. Grim looks up at you as he's starting to descend the ladder, and he says, "Watch out for the 4th rung." That's all he says. "Watch out for the 4th rung. Pass it on." And so he descends the ladder. Maybe 7 feet down, like a 7-foot room. It descends into the dirt floor of a room about 7 feet below this basement level, so like a sub basement. And you start climbing down the ladder after Grim, and you reach the 4th rung. What do you do? 4th rung off the ground.
Well, I would have told the next person behind me, first of all.
Okay, what do you
the
say?
Same message.
Who's the next one down?
Who wants to go next?
I guess Oris will follow.
Okay, Oris follows Alaric. Alaric, what do you tell Oris?
Watch out for the 4th rung.
Okay. So
The fourth rung,
the fourth rung.
as
Fourth rung.
Horace proceeds to miss the fourth rung because of how short he is, and proceeds to fall down deeper than before.
So what do you do when you get to the fourth rung, Alaric?
Well, I guess I was trying to watch, see what Grim was doing on the fourth rung
Oh,
first, see
he
if he did
skips
anything
it. He
special.
skips it. He skips it.
Okay. All right, I'll do the same and skip the fourth rung.
Okay. All right. So, Oris, what do you do when you get to the fourth rung?
It's just like not there, right?
Oh, it's there. In the broken light, you can see a fourth rung. What do you do when you get to it? Your foot's on the fifth rung. You're about to, step down to the fourth rung. What do you do?
Like, what's wrong with the fourth rung? Like, is it just slightly bent?
You can't tell. You're on a ladder.
looks
It's kind of hard
perfectly-
to
it looks-
hard to see closely what's
it
beneath
looks-
you on the ladder.
Perfectly normal.
Oris just puts his entire weight onto the fourth rung.
The fourth rung snaps. I need you to make an agility test. No, a acrobatics test.
Shoot, which I have so many tabs open up. Give me a second. There you go. There you are. An agility test.
Acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
Sorry, acrobatics test. Give me a second.
Ooh.
It's always the lowest score, right?
Yeah, it's always the left hand score. Unfortunately, the rung snaps, and Grim, I need you to make a dexterity test. Not Grim, sorry. Alaric, you were preceding Oris. Alaric, I need you to make a dexterity test.
Open up. Okay. Just click on dexterity.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. Dexterity. It's here.
Oh, jeez. 4. Okay.
Oh,
All right. You have not cleared the bottom of the ladder yet when the fourth rung snaps, and well, let's see. 4 rungs. Yeah, you're just about stepping off the ladder when the fourth rung snaps. Daniel Zamaripa, give me a roll of a d6.
Roll of a d6. Gotcha.
Five. Because you're not quite clear of the ladder as Oris falls down the rest of the ladder. You each take. Unfortunately, you kind of break his fall, Alaric, a little bit. So you take.
Thank you, Alaric.
So Alaric, you're going to take 3 points of damage. Oris, you're going to take 2 points of damage.
3 points.
2 points.
Who's next after Oris? Who descends after Oris?
Drigo. Drigo does.
Okay.
Drigo.
Oris, what do you say to Drigo, if anything, or does anybody say anything to Drigo? There's no fourth rung now, so as he descends the ladder, he can see that he can pretty much see that there's no fourth rung, so he avoids it and he descends safely. You find yourselves in a room with only the lamps that you're carrying, the 2 lamps that Grim and some of you, I don't know if Oris, I think you have dark vision.
Well, everybody has freaking dark vision.
Well, but In the room you find yourself in, you can see what looks like uh, 3 doors on one end of the room, on the opposite end of the room for where you've descended. It's in the floor is just earth, dirt, and it seems pretty damp in here. Um, and so and there's what looks like on the north wall of this room, which is, like I said, about you would gauge it to be maybe 20 about 20 feet beneath the street level, and it looks like it has like a 7 foot flat ceiling. But this room also has like a spear rack, like there's a rack of weapons and things on part of the north wall. But he, this guide, leads you to the northernmost door. So it's just a standard wooden door, not very high quality. Um, and he says he pulls the door open and he points down. He points down this tunnel. Now the tunnel is maybe you looking into the tunnel. You can see what appears to be every 5 feet, as far as the lamp will cast light. You can see a straight shot heading off in the distance, a subterranean tunnel with about every 5 feet. There are vertical posts set into the walls. It's about 5 to 6 feet wide, so it's not a very wide tunnel. Two of you could probably stand side by side, but Islander couldn't be one of them. I mean, because he's a bigger guy, so it's a little bit tight. The ceiling is like about 6 feet and flat. So every 5 feet, you can see these posts sort of supporting the ceiling. So these vertical posts set into the wall of the beams are wooden, big sturdy oak uh, vertical beams or vertical posts, and then across the tops of these two posts, supporting the ceiling, would be another oaken beam, right? So you've got these two vertical posts and a beam across that bridges across those two posts about every 5 feet, as far as you could see. And then just inside the entrance here, you see a hook, like a iron hook into one of these vertical posts that's set into the wall. And you, as you look down, the lantern maybe casts a 30 or 40 foot beam at least of light. You can see another hook about 20, 25 feet down the tunnel. You can make out kind of the reflection of the metallic hook on one of these vertical posts, and just a dirt, otherwise just earthen wall, earthen floor, and just these wooden post and beams arc structure supporting it, keeping the earth back, so to speak, down the length of the tunnel. So the guide, who you haven't got a name from even, but Grim seems to trust him. Motions down the tunnel, and he gives Grim what you can only assume are instructions, but in a cant or a language nobody but Grim seems to understand. Does anybody here, other than Grim, have any reason to believe they would know, the thieves' cant or the cant of the Lake of Air? I don't think anybody's character would necessarily know that, right?
No, I
I
don't
don't
think
know
so.
that. I don't think Drico's ever really worked in the shadows like that. And so,
Mm-mm.
okay. So anyway, Grim says, "Okay, guys, I think I know the way. Follow me." And Grim sets off. on a bit of a trot down this tunnel.
Okay.
What
So I
what
still
what,
move.
what do you do? Do you trust Grim?
Okay. Remind me, Andy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so as far as Darny, it's Fabian and Grim is part Darny.
Fabian
Yes.
and Grim maybe Journey. I think if you reach out with your mind and Fabian is definitely Journey. If you reach out with your
Yeah.
mind and sense and try and sense Grim, you get the feeling that there's a that he has some percentage of heredity, some gene. He's got the
Yeah.
Journey gene, but it's untrained, and it's a small piece of him, right? Like perhaps in his background he has some, right? So but you get the feeling he's never been trained in it, and it would take a lot of work to really bring it to fruition.
The bar
So,
trick he uses to pick up girls.
Yeah.
so I mean, just for fun,
Hmm.
maybe before it's off, I would attempt to just, I don't know, just be sure it's who I think it is.
Okay. So you're trying to just check his surface thoughts?
Yeah, just to make sure it's still Grim. That's
Oh,
all.
okay, yeah, sure, okay. Give me a dirty, give me a dirty. Let's see, give me a dirty test.
Okay.
I think you can
So
select your
remember,
uh,
I don't see my token.
oh, you're right. I haven't put your token on here. Hold on a minute. Let me grab a copy of it. Actually, let me do this. I had to there. Oops. Give me a second. I put him on the wrong layer. There we go. Oh, I did put him on the right layer.
Can see it.
They're down here. They're really big.
Was that going to be a report or sense?
Dirty sense, probably.
Yeah.
2 successes. Excellent. Yes.
Cool.
Yes, he seems to be. You believe he's who he says he is.
Same kind of signatures previous. Okay. Double checking.
Yep. Fair enough.
So yeah, I mean, I'll turn and say, let's follow.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. Yep. Okay. So Grim leads you on on a pretty much a straight shot, and I don't know if anybody is particularly good at measuring distance. Does anybody feel like they would be reasonably good at distance?
Oris would.
Oris would. Okay. Oris, give me a perception. I guess maybe an intelligence test. Yeah, that's probably good enough. You figure that you've traveled at least about probably 200 feet, maybe a little bit more, before Grim stops. In what order, by the way, are you guys moving? Because you're moving pretty much probably single file down this tunnel. So let me get the march order. So it's I know probably it's Grim, uh, I guess it's probably Grim, Alaric,
Oris,
Alaric,
Drigo.
Oris, Drigo.
Islander.
You forgot Mateus. Maybe
Okay,
Mateus, and then Islander at the back.
Yep.
Okay, makes sense. Yep. No, that's 6. Okay. So, Dan, can you even see the map? I think you can, right?
Yeah, I can see the map.
Okay, good. I thought everybody had vision on this map.
I got it.
That's right. You're controlling one of the characters. So 220 feet, something like that, is what you guys travel, and then you reach a dead end. Well, not exactly a dead end. It's this tunnel has been going straight, pretty much the entire shot. It might slightly, Oris, you might have noticed a slight incline or decline as you've been moving, but it's been pretty level otherwise. And you get to a point where the tunnel bends 90 degrees to the left and disappears into the distance. And he stops. Grim stops right there, and with a lantern up, he looks around him, and straight ahead, he reaches out and feels around, and he finds some sort of hidden button, and when he presses it, the panel slides over, and he steps out, and you find yourself, and there's there's like a spiral stair made of stone, and he descends the stone staircase. Do you follow? Do you follow, Alaric? What do you do?
Yep, follow.
You follow? Okay.
Yep.
So as you follow him, you descend maybe 10, 15 feet, something like that. And then he gets to the bottom of this spiral staircase and steps out, and you can see the lantern. Well, he's got the lantern up. And does everybody follow in that order?
Yep.
And it's the stone steps are only about wide enough for one person at a time. So as you reach the bottom and you step out of the stairway, you see yourself at the end of a tunnel that continues to stretch off straight ahead. And this tunnel is different. First of all, it's much damper. You can see that there's a channel, and as he steps into this tunnel it is sort of like the end of a tunnel. He steps over to the side of this tunnel, and there appears to be a small shelf, a walkway that's only a couple feet wide. So it's literally wide enough for one person to just stand. And you take in this chamber you're in. It's a circular tunnel made of smooth stones. The walls are like smooth carved stone, and it's quite an unusual architecture. One that you've not seen so far. It's certainly very different from the tunnel you were just in. And it's you see that this smooth circular tunnel has been cut into the bedrock, and the stone has been smooth or carved very smooth. Oris, you immediately recognize. Yeah, you immediately recognize the work of Kuzdal masons.
Can I
This
do a
is
history check?
this is an huh?
Can I roll a history check?
Yeah, sure.
Nice.
Oh yeah. This is you're pretty certain that this is a section of the Mavenil sewers. That the sewers of Mavenil are the original sewers that were made at the time that Sindarans and Kuzdul resided in the city of Mavenil. Remember, the original city of Mavenil existed here, and then Lothram conquered it, built his own city in this, in this space, and then over time, that city was replaced by the human city known as Tashal. Right, so layer upon layer upon layer, sort of architecture over thousands of years, or certainly, yeah, several centuries. So this is the seems to be the end of one of the sewers of Mavenil, and so it stretches off in the distance. It's kind of ovoid, actually. And when you look at the cross section, you think about the cross section. If you can picture an ovoid cross section, stone lined, it's approximately 8 feet wide. But what's unusual, why I say it's not really 8 feet, it's 8 feet wide as a cylindrical shape or ovoid shape. But there's a trough of water, a canal down the middle of it. It is a sewer. It is part of the sewer system of Tashal. And so there's a ledge on either side of this water channel that is a footpath. And you're on the left of the two footpaths, so to speak, looking down this tunnel, this ovoid tunnel. And so it's about a 1 foot, yeah, like I said, 1.5 foot. It's a very narrow ledge, pretty much just maybe it's probably closer to 1.5 foot. So you could just about stand on it, but you can't do much else to it. You don't know how deep the water is. It doesn't look that deep at this end, but presumably it probably gets deeper as you go on. This looks like the end of one end of one of the sewer lines, because it's a dead end. You've kind of entered the end of this particular tunnel. So Grim looks at everybody, waits until everybody's down, and you guys are all strung out. On these. You could try stepping into the water, but the water's a little murky. Nobody's I guess stepped into it at this precise moment. So you're all sort of single file on this ledge, off on the side of the water trough. And Grim says, "Everybody good?" And he
More or
looks down.
less.
He shines the lantern back down it and blinds this cylinder for a second. You good?
Aye.
Okay. And so, so Grim says, "Follow me," and he starts trotting, kind of, or not so much trotting because he doesn't want to. He's trying to avoid stepping in the water, so he's kind of like tightrope walking down this narrow path next to this channel of water that runs down the middle of this tunnel. And so it is damp. It's you can hear sort of the slight sound of dripping, and there's kind of water dripping from the ceiling, probably from pipes that bring drainage water into the area, into this tunnel. And so he starts making his way. He continues off in a straight line, following the tunnel. Everybody follows?
We do follow, but Oris has a question for Grim.
Sure.
Grim, is it? If we were meant to be going towards a temple, why are we going even deeper down the sewers infrastructures?
Grim Grim says back, "We're trying to avoid traveling on the surface, and this is the only way to get from the south side of the city to the north side of the city without being seen."
Hmm.
Would you rather take a chance with the city watch?
No, but it just seems strange how we're going to the more ancient of the structures of the sewer lines.
Well, he says, "Well, I've been told, and I'm not an expert because I haven't explored all of the what's beneath the city. But the short time I've been here, I've been told that the those who know the ways beneath Tashal know that you get around with a combination of sewer line and other tunnel.
I suppose so.
That it's a network or a warren of sewers and other tunnels built to do
Oh no, no,
Leah
no
Kavira
worries, dear
business.
Grip. I
Leah
have
Kavira
been
business.
in this.
He
I
seems
have
he
been in
seems
the
reluctant.
sewer
Yeah,
lines all day.
he seems a little reluctant to admit that he's involved in criminality. Although Grim usually doesn't mind admitting that, but
Right.
yeah, he says, "What do you think? This is how
I'm not
we."
criticizing your choices of how you find these routes, Grip. It's just I have been down here all my life, and these are one of the more ancient and more deeper of the routes that I know
Yeah.
of.
You probably I'm assuming that you I mean this is up to you and what knowledge Oris has, Daniel, but you've been living in this city longer probably than Grim. Well, Grim only just arrived, but I mean
Probably
you're
longer than Grim's been alive.
well, right. So you probably are quite well aware. Now, whether you've explored them extensively, I don't know. But you're probably well aware that I mean, that was kind of a rhetorical question. You're probably well aware that there's an underground river that runs through the city. There's sewers feeding into that river that date back to the time of Mavenel, and then there are man-made tunnels that have been built since then to facilitate criminal activity that connect various parts of the sewers together. Where the sewers don't go, these tunnels do, if that makes sense. So there's a whole network of underground byways and highways that and you know they exist. I just don't know how many Oris has actually explored. If that makes okay.
Eh,
Okay. So you're not surprised by any of this, really. But
nope.
you might pretend to be. You might act as if you're or questioning whether he really knows what he's doing. Okay, so continuing on, if there are no more questions, Grim says, "Let's get on with it." He moves off another I don't know 275 feet, 250 feet, something like that. Keeps going and reaches a fork in the a T junction in the sewer system. And there's maybe a little more fluid now in the middle of the sewer, and that so it's a little higher. And clearly, he gets to this T junction, and off to the left, you can sort of see the tunnel disappears into the darkness, the sewer, and water's flowing this towards you down the trough from down that section of the sewer. And he says, "Okay, keep up." And he goes straight. He keeps going, and he goes, and there's probably a slight bend. Um, let's see here. Yep. No, yes. Okay. Keeps going. It's a slight bend and to the left, and he keeps going, and then he gets to another. Oh, let's see. He's from the T junction. He's got another. Give me another intelligence check, Horace.
Intelligence check. Got it. Where? There you are.
12.
Mhm.
Yeah, maybe another 300 feet or thereabouts, and the tunnel suddenly. Actually, there's another. Well, the sewer sort of ends here, and there's a bit of a fall off. So there's a fall off, and there's a like a metal ladder. So the water kind of cascades out the tube that you're in, and the water cascades into a fairly strong flowing stream, and you appear to have entered a natural cavern. Probably, I don't know, 10 feet high, maybe 15 feet high. Water's flowing down this underwater stream or river. There's a narrow bank on either side, and there's like a catwalk across the flowing water. And he leads you over to this catwalk, and bids you follow him across the stream. So it seems to be an underwater channel, and looking left and right, you can see how the water flows from lower right to upper left past you.
Before Ors even takes one step on that thing, he's gonna
Sure.
inspect it first.
Okay.
Can I roll for an investigation?
Sure. So Oris holds up his hand. He stops Alaric from going any further. He grabs your shoulder, Alaric, and Oris says, "Hey, a minute." Oris, it looks
Oh,
good.
that's just horrible.
Yeah, that's horrible, but it looks good to you. Sturdiest damn gangway you've ever seen across
Literally a single plank of plywood, and you would say
No,
it.
it all looks really good to you. It's there's a few steps. It's a few steps, metal steps, like, and then like a wood and a sort of a wood and metal uh, bridge across this flow of water, and the channel itself is, I don't know, probably 15 feet wide, 10, 15
This is
feet
indeed
wide.
OSHA certified.
Yeah, this is the sort of the underwater river, and it's flowing pretty steadily. You don't know you can't really tell how deep. It's too difficult to tell that visually, but you can see that like, and opposite on the other side of it, there's when you look at the other side of this using the lantern light, you can see coming in from directly to your right, almost at a 90-degree angle, as this river crosses sort of diagonally. At a 90-degree angle to your right, you can see another cascade of water coming in from another sewer line, similar to the one you've just, so these two cascades of water coming in together and falling into this into this underground river. And just to the left, sort of downstream and to the left of these two cascades, is where these steps, or this little bit ladder, and then a platform, and then a gangway, a bridge that crosses over the stream, and then a ladder at the other side that takes you down to the bank, that little shelf there, walkway on the other side of the river. And that's the way he goes. And yeah, it looks all stable to you, mate. So Alaric says, "You're wasting time," Oris, and Alaric says, "Don't waste my time," and says, and Alaric just sets off across it. Oris, do you follow?
Orsh just inspected it and he thinks it looks good. So
Okay, so Oris beats him across. Oris goes across first. Alaric follows, and then everybody follows after that. And you guys
Yep.
get to the north side, and you hit a wall. Right? There's nothing. Just there's a wall, and there's a bank that runs up and down the stream, and you're standing on this bank, and the bank is maybe 5 feet wide. It varies from 5 to 8 to 4. It sort of meanders off in both directions on this now right side. If you're looking downstream, the right bank of this underground stream, and Grim goes straight to. He looks at the wall, looks at a couple sections of the wall, and then and it walks up to one area and starts to feel it. And then he finds what he's looking for, and you see a panel slide away. And he motions you to follow, and he holds up the bullseye, and he holds the bullseye up, and he kind of nods to himself and sets off straight ahead. And as Alaric, as you come in behind Grim and look into this opening, you can see he's setting off. You're walking, 10 feet in front of you, and the tunnel is narrowed again to this 6 foot wide, 7 foot high, 6 foot high, with the beam and pier structure again, with the vertical posts and the cross beam every 5 feet or so, heading off into the distance. And he starts taking off down this tunnel. Do you follow?
Yep, going for it.
Okay. All right. So you guys start following down this tunnel, and this continues another 150 or so, maybe a little less than 150 feet. He continues, and he gets to a point where there's another dead end, and you just got this like 150 feet. There's a dead end, and he waves his hand or pushes something. You really can't tell what he's doing, and he pushes and he slides a panel over, and the panel behind you guys has closed. When the last person, whoever the last person was, in the order, marching order, the panel closes behind you. As you continue, Islander was the last to leave, and the panel slides itself back into place when nobody's holding it open. But you guys get to this point where he slides this panel and he steps out, and again it's the sewer. And this section of sewer has a lot of water coming down it. It's flowing from right to left, and you can hear not far to your left. You can hear the cascade, another cascade of water. It's like a waterfall. Off to you can hear that roar of water hitting water, and the water coming down this sewer section is coming from immediately right and exiting immediately left. And again, there's sort of a catwalk over the sewer section. It's just a little bridge over the rushing water underneath, and he crosses over this, and he finds a panel on the other side and slides it open and disappears up a tunnel. You guys follow?
Yep, following. I mean, he hasn't.
Yeah, no, he's just pretty much going straight. He's never really turned a corner. It's pretty much been a straight shot. You can only picture the fact you've traveled far enough now. You're kind of getting a little bit, probably a little winded, but you figure it's been 30 minutes, or at least You know from traveling on the streets up above, and because you've been to the north side of the city, it's literally the Liakavir, or the Savnor Temple is on the north side, and Arsene's townhouse is on the south. So you're not at all surprised you're making this trek.
Yep.
But for all the walking and all the dampness, you're avoiding the city watch.
Hmm.
So
Sounds
another,
good.
yep. So another, I don't know. You'd estimate maybe 150 feet if you're counting your paces. But you,
Also, Ors is a little bit behind because he was fascinated by the mechanisms of the panel.
yeah, okay,
So now
uh,
he's at the end of the group.
right. You get to another place where, again, let's see, hold on a minute. I gotta figure out where. Yeah. Bear with me.
Such fascinating gear work. Look at these gear ratios.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. There. Okay, we're up to there. Uh, okay. Ooh, yes, that would work. Okay. Okay. So he continues to lead you guys onward another 150 or 60 feet or so, and you get to a another location where again the same pattern is repeated. The panel is opened. You step out into. You haven't really seen anybody else. In this journey. But you get to this panel and he opens it and you step out and it's the confluence of two sewer lines coming together to form a larger sewer line that's heading. So there's these two sewer lines coming in from sort of a 45-degree angle, from left from right and left of right, and they're coming in together to this junction, and the water is then flowing um, uh, off over your left shoulder into the distance. And again, there's this because of the speed at which the depth of which the water in the sewer is flowing. It's there's like a bridge. You're not wading through the water or anything like that. So this little catwalk gets you across to the other side. A panel is open, and he presses on. So you can get the impression that this may occur elsewhere in the city, but that there's pretty impressive that there are these tunnels that are linking different parts of the sewer line. Now he presses on for quite some time. Actually, not as far as all that. He gets to about another 135, 140 feet, and then stops. And then when he stops, um, there's actually no, it's not even that. It's maybe 120 feet. yeah, about 120 feet. When he stops about 120 feet, there's he just stops in the middle of the tunnel, and there's a very small opening to the left of this tunnel. Hang on while I add something to the map. One second. I'm gonna add. I'm adding to the tunnels here. Hold on. Oh, nope, nope, nope. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. What is wrong? Why is it doing that? Okay, there we go. Let's try that. Oh, there we go. There we go. We'll do that. Oh, I can't. Good. Okay. That's a better color. Is that a better color? Yeah, that's a better color. Okay. We'll call it that color. There we go. Okay. He gets to this point where there's a small opening on the left side of the tunnel. And it's so small that it's maybe only big enough to stoop over. And, it's literally 4 feet high. 4 feet, a 4-foot diameter hole in the side of the corridor. And it's kind of been burrowed out of the soil and earth. And there's some bracing that you can see that's holding back the soil. And he says, "Okay, you trust me. Stay low." And he shines the beam down this to make sure there's nobody. Presumably to make sure there's nothing down this tunnel. And then he crouches down. It's easier for him. He's smaller than the rest of you. Islander this would be tough for him, but he could make it. Anyway, Grim goes on down this tunnel, and Alaric, do you follow?
Yep.
Okay.
All Loris has to do is just crouch down a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay. All right. And so Alaric follows. Oris follows him, and so while Grim is able to almost just stoop over and walk, and just he crawls about 70 feet and stops at a dead end. And there's like this rickety wooden ladder right here at the end of this little tunnel, and you can see an opening in the ceiling. And Grim says, "Stay here," to you, Alaric. And Grim says, "Hold this," and he hands you the bullet lantern. And he starts going up this ladder. And he starts climbing up this ladder about, and the ladder looks like it's about. Here you go. Yeah. The ladder looks like it's about I don't know, 10 feet high or something like that. And he goes up this ladder and he reaches the top of it. And are you shining the lantern up? He says don't point. He says don't point that up here.
Okay. Give it back.
So you can't really tell what he's doing up there. And then you hear him climbing back down. Okay. He says, "Okay, douse the lights and follow me." Okay,
Okay.
pass it on. Be quiet.
I'll pass that on.
Okay, and so he climbs this ladder, and he gets up, 15 feet, 10 feet, 15 feet, something like that. And you as you follow him, you see him disappear through some opening in the ceiling where the ladder ended. He climbed. You see him climb up, and you follow.
Okay.
Okay.
Follow.
You get to the top of the ladder, and you can see you're underneath some wooden structure. There's like you're under a wooden deck of some kind. And so it's a really low ceiling, like you got to be on all fours. Right?
Okay.
So it's a lip of earth or a lip of cobblestone. And it's just like this cobblestone. You reach this, like your head is emerged, and you can see you're under some sort of wooden platform or structure, and there's it's cobblestone ground, so to speak. And so if you heft yourself out, you're laying on your belly on cobblestone beneath some sort of wooden platform, and you can see Grim ahead of you crawling towards the edge of this platform above you. Do you follow that? Do you follow him?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you're kind of belly crawling or on hands and knees crawling, belly crawling, soldier crawling sort of thing, following him.
Mhm.
He gets to the edge of this wooden structure and slips out. And you can see him sort of get on his knees and then stand up. Do you follow?
Yes.
Okay. Does everybody else follow?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Hang on a minute. Oops. Oh. That's not what I wanted. I wanted this. Okay. Excellent. Okay. So when you come out from underneath, when everybody comes out from underneath this structure, you are standing right here. You are standing or crouching in the darkness behind the pillory. So you realize that the structure you just crawled out from under contains the stocks. And there are hang on a minute. Oh, it's slow tonight. Is it going to do it? Oop. There we go. There are currently three people in the pillory. So there's three different individuals, a woman and two men, in the stockade, in the stocks. But Grim whispers, quiet. And he starts to make his way along this wall. You see my arrow? Oh, wait, you can't see my arrow. Hold on. Okay, now you can see my arrow. He starts making his way along this wall. Can you see that arrow? Everybody?
Mm-mm. Nope.
Nope. Okay, hold on. Are you looking right here on the map?
Yep.
The map of the city? Okay.
Yep.
And you can't see my measurement arrow.
Nope.
Really? It's supposed to be broadcast to everybody.
I mean, I can't, but
Can anybody else see it? Can anybody see my arrow? Oh, that's a measurement. I'm measuring. Can anybody see this measurement?
nope.
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 Weird. Okay.
Nada.
How strange. Okay. Never mind then. Could somebody try and measure with a ruler in the middle of called square so I can see if anybody else sees a ruler? There we go. I see that ruler. Everybody else see that ruler?
Oh,
Purple.
yeah, I see the ruler.
You see the purple ruler.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's scroll all the way up for it.
But you can't. Oh, I was in the wrong layer. Now you can see my green ruler.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I was measuring in the wrong layer. You couldn't see the layer I was measuring in. Okay, so Grim starts to sort of sneak along the wall in the shadows this way. Fair enough? Everybody follow in single file?
Yep. And tell everyone to be quiet.
Yes. So can I get a stealth check from everybody, please?
Oh man, it's a challenge.
Mike, okay, Larry got a 17.
Go.
And the second roll was for Grim?
Drigo.
Drigo? Okay. 13, yeah. Okay. Who else? I need four more stealth checks for the people that are with the group.
Stealth checks. Wait a second.
Dan, that was for Daniel Z. That was for you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Daniel Buffard, are you with us? Fabian. Daniel, you're on mute if you're not talking.
He might be dead.
Oh, there he is. I saw him light up for a second. Mr. B, are you there?
Hello.
Yo, there you are. Could you make a roll for you're running Drigo, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Could you make
Slender? No.
You're running a Slender. Yeah,
Grim.
you're running Grim. Can I get a stealth
Grim.
check for
There.
Grim, please?
Yep. So,
Did anybody decide they were running Mateus, or did we leave Mateus without somebody running him? I guess I can run Mateus. Okay. That was Grim. That was Grim's roll. Okay.
for stealth check, yep.
And nobody else is running Mateus, right?
No.
Okay. All right. Let me make Mateus's stealth check. Hold on. Ooh, 4. Not
Maybe
good.
Mac
Not
should be
good.
running.
Who am I missing?
Jesus.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's the sixth person. Who is it? Did we get? You got Drigo and Alaric. We got Mateus. We got Oris.
It's Slender.
Islander. Who's running Islander? Oh, Daniel
Oris.
Z is. Daniel Z is. Daniel, can you give me a stealth check for Islander, please? Click on the stealth button on his stealth skill on his character sheet.
Yep. Do.
Okay.
Nice.
Unfortunately, and not unsurprisingly, Mateus is not as quiet as everybody else. And Mateus, where is Mateus? Near the end. Okay. But let me see how unfortunate or fortunate you are. Oh dear. Okay. What? Is there somebody there? There's a voice. There's a voice from the distance. A voice from the the castle gate. So the castle gate here has a couple of guards at it, even at this time of night. And whether it was a cough, maybe Mateus coughed, but let's see, halfway to that corner, probably, whoopsies, halfway to that corner, you're looking at, well, 115 feet. So maybe a cough wouldn't carry that far. Maybe some motion. Anyway, there's a bit of a shout, and but by the time there would be any action, you guys have reached this point and gone around the corner. So I will say that this Lander sort of shoves Mateus to and tells him to be quiet, and you guys slip around the corner just as one of the guards starts to yell out something. All right, so the group is now here, in front of this gate, and your destination is here. Okay. So Grim, kind of pauses, takes a deep breath, and says, "Okay, let's get over here, and hopefully none of the guards will come around." So he leads you over to this corner here. So the six of you cross the street quickly, look both ways, make sure you don't see anything, and the six of you make a dash for the corner of this wall here at this corner. The black lines are walls, about 12 to 15 feet tall. Most of these compound walls are. And perhaps a couple of feet thick, 3 feet thick, 2.5, 3 feet thick. Stone walls. So you're now standing at this corner. Looking around. Can I get a perception check?
For everybody?
Yeah, for all six of you.
Lyric. Drigo. So just Fabian. For Grim.
I've sent a whisper in the chat of Roll20 for all those here.
Where do we find for whispers?
Okay.
Max, if you're listening, check the chat, please. All right, so what do we got? We've got 17 perception from Daniel Z.
Yeah, first one is from Islander, the second one is from Oars.
Okay. 14 from Mike, from Alaric. Is the second one for Drigo?
Drugo.
Okay. And okay. I don't think we've gotten one from Grim yet. Dan. Dan. Can I get a perception check from you for Grim? Mr. B. Are you sleeping or studying?
He might be dead.
You might be dead again. Daniel Buffard, can you hear me? Are you awake? Are you paying attention?
Well, it says he's playing Satisfactory.
Hang on. I'll call him.
Let me give him a quick call.
I got it. I'm calling him.
Yeah,
Are you paying attention?
kinda. Not really.
Well, I need a stealth check. Sorry, I need a perception check for Grim. Thank you. All right.
Wow.
Well, okay. So several of you noticed a figure sort of standing off in the shadows to your right. As you dashed across Formella Way, I think there was maybe a person standing quietly watching. What do you want to do?
Able to identify the person?
Give me a investigation check, please, Alaric.
Investigation.
No. The shadows are such that the person you see a figure, a figure of a form of a person, but you can't make out any details in the shadows.
I draw my sword.
Okay, Alaric draws his sword while looking at this figure.
Let's see. Can't do.
Try to quietly whisper who goes.
Everybody sees.
Has
the other five of you
has the
see.
figure noticed the party?
Huh?
Has the figure noticed the party?
The figure probably can't miss 6 people dashing in the shadows. So yes, the figure has noticed the party.
Right then. I guess we're about to kill a motherfucker.
So what are the other? So
the renegade meet.
So-
The renegade greets his friends. It is about time you have arrived.
Jeez. Okay. Teeth sword.
So yes, you hear a familiar voice from the shadows of this individual.
Oris
Hey,
proceeds to draw out his crossbow.
Thalander will step out of the shadows.
Sort of be like, hey guys, what's up?
Put the crossbow away.
Yeah, it's me,
It's me, your friendly neighborhood Savadorn
Mookman.
Monkman. All right. With that, gentlemen,
go.
it is 9:15 p.m. Central Time here in Houston. Let us take a 15-minute break and regroup at 9:30. Right, 15 minutes. Now that we have reunited the party, and then we'll take it to the next step. All right. So refill your adult beverages. Max, get yourself more coffee. Whatever floats everybody's boat.
Maybe I've got adult beverages going.
Maybe
and it's
you,
like
well, you know,
10
at 10
in the morning.
at 10 a.m. at 10 a.m. in Australia, the Bloody Marys have started. Well, if you had to work last night, you may be on Bloody Marys. Anyway, all right. So 15 minutes, gentlemen, and we'll start over. We'll
All right.
continue. All right.
All right.
See you soon.
like not loading something or something?
I guess not, because you were not responding to everybody else's conversation.
Right? That's so weird.
All right, gentlemen. We all here? We ready to roll? Ready to rock and
Good.
roll? All right, Fabian, can you hear me? Maybe you sleep again. Alaric, can you hear me?
No, I just muted in Discord. Yes, I hear you. Yes.
Okay, excellent. Thank you, sir. Alaric, can you hear me? He might not be back yet. Oris, can you hear me? Oris might not be back yet.
Hey,
Dallender, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Excellent. Thank you. Alaric, can you hear me? All right. Michael's back. Excellent. Oris, can you hear me?
Yep.
There he is. All right. Perfect. Oops. And I need another adult beverage. All right. I believe the stage is yours, gentlemen. You have discovered Thalander. What say you all next? While I get a beer.
all right, Dallender, what's the plan?
I thought you guys would know. No, I'm kidding. We're headed. Believe it or not, we're headed into the Temple of Peony. This way, fellas.
And he'll just sort of like stride out into the street and just sort of like lead you guys through one of the accessible gates into the Temple of Peony.
So, with some confidence, yes. So, with some confidence, you see Thalander march his way. While you guys have been sneaking along the wall, Thalander, in his moment of confidence, seems to be just striding over this way and then this way and then up to this gate here. Do you follow?
Yeah, sounds good.
We came this far, yeah.
Okay. And in the same order, same march order, Grim followed by Alaric, followed by Oris.
Followed by Drigo, followed by Mateus, followed by Islander.
Yeah.
Yep.
So called square is described in the half moonlight. It's like a half a moon, so it's not really, really bright out at the middle of the night, but it's not really, really dark either. So called square is a lovely appointed cobblestone square. There's a well. You can see the well on the map. The pillory that you guys all snuck out from underneath next to the Red Fox Tavern, which you have been to before. In fact, you were at the Enclave of the Holy Oak briefly as well. So this square is familiar to you. But dominating the north side of this square is the Temple of Peony. And the Temple of Peony is a pretty impressive structure, almost as impressive size-wise as the castle. In fact, it is actually larger than the Temple of Alarani, the Temple of the Order of the Spear of Shattered Sorrow. It's looks like it's the largest building in the entire city, almost, next to the castle at least. The Temple of Peony then is symmetrical, and it is a dome, central dome, and these two wings to it that appear identical from the outside. And one thing to note about the Temple of Peony, while here at 2 in the morning or whatever time it is, it's not terribly busy out here, but it still has lights on in the temple, and there may be 1 or 2 people on the steps by the door waiting to get in or to be seen. So it's You get the impression it's not asleep, so to speak. The temple. I mean, it's the candle lights are flickering in the windows, and it seems like and the torches are lit, and it seems like it's you gather open 24/7 at this point. Not surprising when you consider that the Temple of Peony, the goddess of Peony, is worshipped by the common man, the people, and is famous for healing. It's one of its services is as a hospital. The priests of Peony, look after and treat people as equals, no matter what walk of life they come from. So Thalander has slipped up to the gate. Now the building itself faces the square, and while this gate, is just a double gate, is not locked. It is closed, but it's not locked. There's no guard posted there. And on the steps leading up to the portico, to the entrance, as I said, there may be a couple of people there, but they're not really paying any attention to any of the things that you're doing. And while Thalander's not exactly skulking, you guys may still be a little self-conscious and be trying to keep a low profile as you approach these gates. The actual entrances to the actual entrance to the temple itself is here. So you see a couple of people probably milling around here in front of the temple, which appears to be its main entrance. You can see my pig. So they're not really paying attention or looking at you as Thalander kind of strides up to this gate here, and he kind of pushes it inward just a couple of feet, enough to let everybody slip in. What do you do?
Slip in.
Okay. All right. So first Alaric, and then Oris, and then one by one you all slip in, and then Thalander comes in behind you and closes the gate. Thalander, it's all back to you.
Come along. Perhaps act like one of you are injured or something. We don't want to draw too much attention.
And he just sort of starts walking towards the back of the temple ground.
Mm-hmm. So Thalander passes each of you in turn and nods and motions you forward, and is generally walking this way, up this paved path, past the end of the temple, and then past this large edifice, which has a few lights on in the windows. A few of the windows have candle light or lantern light emanating from them, but it's largely dark for the most part.
Have you guys ever seen such a beautiful garden? Look at all these trees. Look at the plants here. It is fantastic. I'm sure some of these herbs would be able to heal your wounded ankles.
And he's looking to like slap somebody's ankles playfully with his staff.
Oh boy.
And down and under his breath he's saying, and that's oak leaf cluster, and that's a oblivious compathian, and that is another breed of plant. He seems to know all these plants. Anyway, Thalander continues going to the edge of the path, and then just marches into the bush and grass, like walks off the path in a very specific heading.
Are we meant to follow him inside?
Well, you're
his head pokes out of the brush.
Come along.
Disappears again.
Yeah, so he disappears behind a bush, and then his head pops out, And he says, "What are you waiting for? Come along." And disappears back behind the bush.
Move forward.
Well, I guess we're gonna go in.
Okay. Alaric, followed by Oris, followed by the rest, disappear behind the bush. And you see that he's not wasting any time. The Allender has disappeared behind another bush, just about 10 feet in front of you. And he seems to be making his way deeper and deeper into the gardens. Now, up ahead of you, you can see to the right, this is about 20 feet. You can see this wall. And there's a stone wall, roughly about 15 feet high, that runs straight back for about 45 feet to the city wall. And here you can see the city walls towering up a couple stories, right? A couple building stories. And maybe in the dim light you could see a guard patrolling the top, but more than likely it's just quiet. And Thalender suddenly just stops.
What's wrong?
One moment, and I just want to hop up and down on the spot really quickly,
Mm-hmm.
and then take a step, take a couple of feet over and just hop again,
Mhm.
and then do it again, and then on the third time, you just sort of, instead of landing on solid ground, you hear him land on something hollow, and he goes, "Ah, yes, here it is. Look, here we have the Trapetus Doricus," and you look down, and there's a trap door.
Yeah, so they're like a trap
in the
door
ground.
under it's grass has grown around it and over it, and so it's really hard to see. But under a bush, quite out of eyesight, nearly at the foot of the wall here, there is a trap door in the ground that he's uncovering.
And this, children, is how you harvest the Trapdoricus oricus. And he's just gonna sort of like open it up.
So
Here we go.
he lifts it up.
Okay.
He lifts it up, and there's an opening in the ground, and you can see the top rung of a ladder. And I think he proceeds to start climbing and down it.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So many fucking ladders. Alright, who will go first?
Same order, I guess. Go down.
Same order. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you descend. You descend this ladder. It's different than the ladders you've seen that you've experienced so far in this journey. This one is made of a high quality metal. It's very, very foreign or unusual. You're not quite sure. It's very slick in your hands and very strong. And you descend this well made ladder. It doesn't look corroded in any way. You get, I don't know, what do we say, 10, 15 feet max, something like that. You descend.
I think it was about that.
Descend down, and Thelander is waiting for you at the foot of this. Now, so yeah, Thelander, I think you have the ability to see in the dark.
Yes.
I know that Oris does as well, but I wasn't sure if do you have a bullet lantern down there, or?
Oh no, I don't. No.
Okay. So you guys descend to the each of you descend, and Alaric, it's pitch black. And you can just hear Thelander's voice. Everybody's breathing, and it's dark down here, and you all gathered at the foot of the ladder, and you're just kind of feeling your way. And Oris, you can see. Thelander, you can see. However,
Sound hell is this?
Let's see. Fabian's not there, but Alaric, you have the ability to light a flame, right? The Journey have the ability, if you recall, the Journey have the ability to a hand fire. So you get down there, the bottom of the ladder is totally dark. So I assume you I don't Thalander hasn't told you not to light any light. So what do you do?
Hey, Sounder, can we use light down here?
I mean, I can see perfectly fine.
Is it a security issue?
Oh, right! Yeah, I mean, if you must. Don't let me stop you.
Okay. Yeah.
So you
let's do that.
conjure hand fire.
Yeah.
Okay. So with a nod and a slight concentration, Alaric conjures hand fire, which is a ball of flame, ball of fire, glowing ball, floating just a few feet from him. And that illuminates a small chamber. Interestingly, though, this particular chamber, while the ladder is this unusual metal, the rest of the chamber it's very small. It's basically big enough to just about hold the six of you, seven of you with Thalander, and it is just sort of an earthen hole. Square in shape, and about 10 feet deep from the surface, and basically, like I said, square in shape. Thalander is facing the one wall, and this ball of light is just illuminating this small, very tight, cramped room with a dirt floor, by the way. Back to you, Thalander.
I believe it was. Yeah, right. Here it is, and he'll hit the trigger on the wall.
And a panel, not too dissimilar to the ones you guys have seen in this journey already. Although this one seems to operate much more smoothly, very smoothly, very elegantly. This panel just whispers as it slides across, revealing all too familiar tunnel. Alaric's handfire illuminates a square tunnel about 6 7 feet tall, with a sort of a shallow ditch down the middle, with these oak beams vertically on either side of the walls, and then a cross beam bridging those oak posts, with a hook, an iron hook on one of those posts. And you've stepped into what looks like a Lia Caver or Thieves Guild tunnel in the middle of a stretch of this tunnel.
Nice.
And you all presumably step out and and stretch out along this tunnel, and then the panel right behind you just as smoothly and elegantly shuts and can't be seen. There's no physical evidence of that panel once it shuts.
Nice.
All right, back to you.
Or yet again is fascinated by the mechanism and therefore is lagging behind a group.
just gonna move to the opposite side of the tunnel and be like,
Well, half the entire team is just blind. I'm over here at one of the few people with sight.
Thalander's gonna. I think it was. Wait, was it? And I want to lean against the wall. Was it this way or the other way? And I want to lean against the wall right where the next trigger point is.
Okay.
So the party doesn't realize it, but I've so on the opposite side of the wall across the tunnel, another door's going to open, and Thalander's going to hop back a little bit and be like, oh right, it was right here, and just step through the next hidden door.
Let's follow.
Indeed. Okay. Hold on one second. I gotta get Thalander's character here.
So I'm not sure if I meant to mention this, but is the entire map just the entire city? Is that the same for everybody else?
Yes, that should be the entire city.
Currently, yeah.
That's what you're looking at right now.
I was not sure. Right.
Okay, you step. So another panel, a similar panel, opens. Or he kind of leans against it, and it opens in an elegant style, and he kind of falls through it. Oh, and disappears through into the wall. The light from your handfire, Alaric, still illuminates this as he disappears into another chamber. You follow.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. You now find yourself in a similar chamber than the one you just left. Roughly, I don't know, 12 to 15 feet square. Again, maybe 7 feet high. Dirt, some bracing, some wooden bracing. But what's very different, and the panel slides back, and so the 7 of you are standing in this space. And your handfire, Alaric, clearly illuminates 2 gigantic doors. Gigantic. I mean, they're double doors. They're made of some metallic substance. It's a very ornate pair of doors. And there are some locking mechanisms or some openings on this side to the door, but no lock that you perceive, like nothing you perceive as a lock or even handle, to be honest. But very ornate and patterned and very unusual in its craftsmanship. Very sturdy looking, I will add, as well. And you can see the light your handfire kind of reflects off the metal surface.
Okay.
Big question for you. Are the doors ajar?
No, it's not ajar.
Damn it! He's
Not anymore.
He's gonna notice it. He's gonna notice that they're closed and be like,
All of a sudden, the room gets quiet.
yeah, he's just
All the confidence is gone.
Okay, cool. You guys can take it from here. He's gonna try to shuffle back to the back of the body and be like, "Well, done my part. This door gets us in. I tried to keep it open and it didn't work. So, you guys can figure it out from here."
Ors rolls an insight check on the door to see if he can unlock it.
Go ahead.
Shit.
No.
About Grim.
This is a very you can't really see a lock per se. I mean, there's no mechanism visible that would suggest a lock. There's no lock keyhole. There's nothing that appears to be a lock.
Well, the artificer of the group is fucked. Anybody else?
The burglar.
You can
Thief.
try. Get him an insight or investigation check. Probably investigation. Although I'm not sure how good he is at that. Just to get an assessment for it. Who's
Daniel
Mr.
B.
Buffard, Daniel B. Fabian. Can we get a investigation check from Grim?
I think he's dead again.
Yeah. Maybe. I may give Grim to somebody else. Anybody else want to run Grim?
Hmm.
Smirky?
There you go. He doesn't have anybody yet.
Again, yeah,
Eh.
more than happy to.
Oh,
That's-
all right.
All right. I will give Grim. Let me put Grim in your journal. Hold on. Okay, you got control of Grim.
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. So let's get a. I guess a. Yeah, either an insight check or an investigation check. Probably, we could try since Oris tried insight. You could try insight.
10.
Yeah, not much better.
Okay, what about Mateus? Does he have any skills?
Who's controlling Mateus? Look at his spell. What spells he has left, if he has any.
That's the GM.
Is that me?
The Scrum.
Let's see. You're right. It is me. Let me see what Mateus has. Let me see what Mateus has. That might help.
I'm about to have Crumb just bust his shit out of the door.
Well, you could try that.
All right,
wait.
strength check.
Alternatively, we just clamber over the wall up back at the top, but, like, I mean, this is cool.
Wow, shit. Well, I'm sorry, Crumb.
Wow.
Breaks his wrist.
Wow, yeah, I know, right?
Wow. Well, he does have knock.
Knock would work. However, I believe it's like unimaginably loud. Yeah.
Yeah, we're not gonna do knock.
Get us in, but everybody would hear it.
300. Yeah. Well, you know what? I'll tell you what. Islander, in his frustration at getting a critical failure, slams his fist on the door in frustration. Okay, and
Pops open.
and with a slam of his fist in both fists in frustration, he doesn't quite rage, but he's pretty pissed off. We come all this way. You've made me climb through these freaking tunnels. I've gotten my feet wet. It's damp and it's been a long, boring walk. I'm pissed. And he hits it with both fists. He hits the one door. And moments later, the door opens. And
How the fuck did that happen?
and there's a voice on the other side of the door. Is Thalander? Is that you? And it's Brother Dryston. Matt, it's Dryston's voice. Thalander.
Hey, what are you doing? How did you...
Thalander?
Nick,
Is it you?
um...
And you were in the back of the group. Thalander was in the back of the group because he'd given up. And then he hears this familiar voice. Here's wait. Don't hit him, Slender. Don't hit him.
Shuffle forward. And
Pushes his way through the group.
Oris proceeds to aim his crossbow.
Crossbows down. Crossbows down. Fellas, this is my dad. Essentially, he's my father. Drysden, this is the fellas.
Okay, so hang on one second, guys. I'm going to put you in the room, and we're going to switch maps. Hold on one second. We're going to put there. Okay, and then let's see. Islander was right behind because of the nature of the encounter, and then Oris was probably close. Who else? No, Grim was the one that tried and failed, and then Oris was behind him, and then Mateus was probably in there somewhere too. And then we'll put in Alaric and Drigo near the back. We'll put Alaric in here, and Drigo not quite in view yet. Okay, there we go. All right, here we go. Give me a second while we switch maps. Oh, and make sure that Thalander can see. Yep. And he has. Yep. Okay, good. All right, gentlemen, new map. Here we go. Can we see?
I can see something, that's for sure.
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Okay, gentlemen, you now step into a corridor. And this corridor is roughly 10 feet wide and roughly 7-8 feet tall and made of metal. The floor is metal plate. The walls and ceiling are of a metal fabrication you are not familiar with. It is very slick, very shiny, reflective, mirror-like almost. Very high quality, almost untarnished. And you come in through these through one open door, which we will open here behind you. Oop, and we'll unlock.
And you can now see that there's like a crumpled up, crushed lamp that like was once trying to hold the door open.
Well, yes, there was actually on the there's a metal trunk right between Oris and Grim here. This metal trunk is holding actually 2 bullet lamps. One bullet lamp is pristine. The other one is a little bit dented, but looking down at it as you passed it, Thalander, it doesn't look like it got crushed.
Oh, okay.
So, you're standing in front of this monk. So what you're standing in front of? He's standing in front of a man who looks to be in his mid to late 50s. And is dressed similar to the way Thalander is dressed, in the garb and sheathed weapons of a monk of the order of the Valerian order. So he seems to be a fellow monk. His markings, his badge of office, his cloak, his robes, they don't seem very dissimilar to ones that Thalander is wearing. I think that's it. So, yeah, Thalander, you may continue. Brother Dryston. Oh, Thalander, it's good to see you. It's good to see you. I suspected, you naughty boy, that you might come back. We couldn't leave that door open, right?
Had eyes upon it, Father.
And he has this look on his face of slight disappointment, but also, how could I be really disappointed with somebody that I care about? So he's got that mixed look, like scolding Thalander, but you're just a kid. So he says, "Welcome, gentlemen. Welcome to the Savnor Temple."
Fellas, Dryden is the only member of my order that I fully trust right now. I loathe to bring him into the fold too far, so as of right now, he only knows you as the fellas. He doesn't actually, I have not revealed your identities. If you wish it to remain that way, then that is completely your choice. I trust this man.
Dryston,
like I said, he is my father.
Dryston continues backing up, and as you follow in, I'm just doing this to position Drigo in, and Drigo will be picking up the rear as he steps through the door. And Dryston says, "Would you be so kind there at the back and close that door, please?" Which I
Rico
assume
closes it.
Drigo will do. Right. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. The door shuts and presumably locks automatically behind. Okay.
Dresden. Now, we're probably going to get up to some shady shit. I don't know how involved you wish to be at this point. It might be best for us to, like, tie you up down here, and then, like, you can pretend that we caught you later.
That might be best. I really don't want to know, and I'm afraid I may have already, gotten, who knows, myself in a bit of hot water. I did the best I can to disavow any knowledge of your presence. After,
I mean, alternatively,
after
you
you
could
left,
just, like, join us
well, I do have my duties.
entirely, and then we can bring you fully into the fold, right, fellas?
Well, you know that's
Cricket noises.
you know that's probably not what Dryston's going to do, Founder.
Oh,
And you
100%.
made the offer, but you know he's older and not an adventuring type, and not I mean he's a capable monk of the order, right? He can defend himself, and he's kind of like, I like to think of him as in the Karate Kid, right? He's the sensei, Pat Morita, whatever his name is. He's in the Karate Kid. He's the
Mr. Miyagi.
Mr. Miyagi. Thank you. He's Mr. Miyagi. So he doesn't look very capable, but he is pretty capable. But he's also very devoted to the order. So it's unlikely, and he's gotten on in years. So no, my son. My adventuring days, I'm happy to hold down the fort. Somebody has to keep an eye on things here and make sure that the knowledge is used properly. After all, forsake the knowledge, pay the price. So he says, but your note may have worked. I believe that some of our colleagues, were dispatched to the tavern, but there still remains a number of our brothers in residence on guard, and also be aware that while the administration staff are not largely in abode, there are a number of acolytes sleeping in the ground floor. So be very careful as you traipse around, doing whatever it is you need to do.
Thank you, Dry.
I'm gonna pull out some rope. Oh, actually, no, I don't have any rope. I'm gonna be like,
Guys, I didn't bring any rope. Can we tie my father up? Does anybody... Can we...
Sure.
Thank you.
Sure, here's some rope for you.
Did you bring some rope?
I did,
Hello?
because I expected to be climbing
Climbing things?
through a window, so
Okay. Excellent. Well,
and so as they're tying Dry up,
it might be best. It might be best to tie me up in the cellar. That way, at least I might be found in time to not die.
Of course. We'll get it. Look, there's plenty of food and water in the cellar for you as well.
So he leads
Dry.
he leads you this way.
okay, I'll follow.
Okay.
And while we're walking, I want to pull out the paddle that I stole from him earlier tonight.
Okay. Yeah.
And be like, by the way,
Is
I've
that
got
where?
like
Is
fingers.
that so? As your Islander comes around the corner, and so you're in a tunnel, gentlemen. That stretches on, as you can see, for about 20 feet or so, narrows down, and you can maybe make out, if you're using hand fire still, Alaric.
Mhm.
You can kind of see some stairs off in the distance. But otherwise, the two of them have taken this right-hand T-junction, and Islander follows, and then Grim follows Islander, and then Oris, etc. And the group just kind of makes its way down as the two of them are talking or bickering, or yeah. Well, I wondered where that went, my young boy.
Well, the fellas have taught me a bunch of new, really cool knowledge, including how to steal shit.
That's just what you need to fit into the
Thanks, Dad.
world. So as they approach, you can see another metal trunk at the end of the hallway with a couple of bullet lamps sitting on top of it, unlit. In fact, and that your handfire illuminates that. Dryston gets to a doorway in the hall, at the end of the hall, and he, with his paddle, actually from this direction, he just pushes on a lever. There's in fact a lever right here on the wall above the trunk, and he pulls down on this lever, and this door opens. And Dryston peeks in quickly, sees that nobody's inside, and steps all the way through.
Come on, boyos, let's go.
I'm just gonna.
Alrighty.
You should be able to walk.
Yeah.
You should be able to walk in. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So everybody should be able to come into the room. And you enter a room, a square room that's roughly 20 by 20. It appears to be a traditional cellar. There are shelving with pots and various boxes and serving stuff. There's crates, barrels. There are a couple of weapons racks with some fairly what look like very historic or very ancient, some of them very old weapons of craftsmanship. There's from here you can maybe see several suits of armor, again historic in nature. It's damp like a cellar would expect to be. And Dryston says, "Yes, we keep many of our artifacts here. As you say, knowledge comes in many forms, not just written works, but of course history. And so some of the larger items that we pride ourselves in protecting, we keep down here where the climate is appropriate." So he kind of wanders around, says, "I suppose this is as good any place to tie me up, so to speak."
Dry, do you know if any of these would be handy in our task?
And Thalandir's like eyeing off the weapons and the armors and sort of being like,
Don't recognize this one, but like, if it's gonna help.
Well, I mean, I can't think of anything in here necessarily that would be useful. I don't know what you'd be looking for, and he seems to be a little bit reluctant. If he knows of anything in here, let me see if he actually does. 1 second. I'm gonna go back here and see. Did I think I created stats for him? Let me see. Or was it? Let's see.
I think.
Yes, I did. I did. Let me quickly jot these down so I don't forget. Hang on. Let me find your notes that I had for him. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Nope. Is that it? Nope, that's not it. Sorry, hold on. Oh, bloody hell. Then I'll have to make up a new piece of paper. A new piece of paper. This will work. Let's see. That's 14. Okay, let me see. We're gonna do just let me go with that.
Now, fellas, just as a heads up, there's probably about, or at least when I was here earlier, there was about 9 people here,
Oh.
give or take a couple. Now, I tried to lure some of them away, and according to
Wow,
what Dry just said, some of them have probably left. But let's bank on maybe like 12 baddies? Well, not baddies. I don't want to hurt any of them too bad if we can get away with it. But just let you guys know.
Just gonna try to make our way up to the room, right?
Yes, the second floor library.
Yeah.
And also the office of I don't remember his name right now.
Well, the only thing that I don't know, maybe I don't know what you're. There's the brass cloak pin dating from Lothrum's rule, but I don't know if that would really be of any use to you down the road.
What does it do, Dry?
Well, I haven't actually seen it used yet, but what I've been told is when used to fasten the wearer's cloak, the wearer will appear as a Gargukanu, aka a black orc, and apparently will appear to speak black orc speech. But like I said, I don't know that would be of any use to you.
Can't see it being of much use to us at all, no. Thank you, though.
Nah, it's all right. Sorry about that. Wish we had more martial stuff here. In any event, this is probably the safest place to tie me up, shall I say? And you know the way from here, I think.
Yes, we can handle it from here.
So you guys all notice Slender is nearest it, but there's a spiral staircase apparently leading up and only up here. Wooden staircase of fairly fine quality, and then there's a ladder, which there appears to be doors in the ceiling straight above this ladder in this lower left corner of the room. So there appear to be no doorways that you see. There's lanterns lit, kind of illuminating the space, but also, I would say maybe Alaric, you don't need your hand fire now if you want to put it out. It does shine quite brightly.
You got it. Putting it out.
So, yeah, Dryston plops himself down on this trunk over here, and don't make sure that somebody finds me.
So should we have the rat look to see what's in the next room?
I
Yeah,
suppose.
that sounds like a smart idea.
I suppose you could do
Yeah,
that.
if we have the capability. So,
We do.
yeah.
Send out the rat.
Okay.
We've got to go up the spirals, fellas.
All right. So you want to spawn? You want to bring out? You want to bring out
Reaper.
Reaper, right? Sure.
Yep. And
We
then
could bring out Reaper.
have
We could bring out Reaper. Let's see. Where's
and have Islander.
Whoa, where is Grim? Am I missing Grim? I don't see him on the map. Did I leave him in the tunnel? Oh, I did. Grim and Mateus never made it into the room. There we go. Now they're in the room. Okay. Here you go. There's
Hey.
Reaper. All right, Reaper is on the map.
Alright. Then whatever Islander has to do to see through his eyes. I don't know.
Yes, Islander. Let's see. He has it's is that a let's see spell? Nope. Speak with animals. Is it speak with animals? That just lets him talk. Beast sense. I think it's beast sense. Yes.
For Islander?
Yes. Yes.
Alright.
Yes. So Islander has beast sense, which lasts for 1 minute. So so it lasts for 1 minute. So for 10 rounds, well, yeah. So for 10 rounds, he can see through Reaper's eyes.
Alright then. Do I have control of the rat?
Grim has control of the rat in terms of directing him where he wants him to go. Let's see. Grim's use of his familiar. Give me a second. Okay, hold on. Okay, so while Reaper's within 100 feet of him, he can communicate with it telepathically, although he can't see through its senses. Initially, as an action, you can see through your familiar's eyes and hear when it hears until the start of your next turn. Gaining the benefits of any special senses that the familiar has. Just so you're deaf and blind with regard to your own senses. Okay, so he can control what it does within 100 feet. But once it gets beyond 100 feet, Reaper's on its own. So, what do you want Grim to do with Reaper? Each of these squares is about 3 feet.
The idea is for the rat to go to a room, clear it, and then we kind of follow up.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking.
Right. Okay. Islander can do this for 6 rounds through the eyes of Reaper. Although Grim can see through its eyes too, as long as it's within 100 feet. So Reaper is sent up the spiral staircase? Okay.
Sounds like it.
Okay. So Reaper disappears up the spiral staircase, and you guys lurk at the bottom of the staircase. And can you hear? Use your action to see through its hard eyes and hear what it hears. Yes. Reaper goes up 1 floor, and Islander and I guess Grim can both see through its eyes. The floor above, I'm just going to describe it to you, and they can describe it to the party. The floor above, the stairs continue up. Hang on a second. Map is slowing down. It's not behaving for me right now. Come on. Nope. Wait. Roll 20. Please don't crash on me. May have to restart. Yep, hold on. Okay, I'm going to restart roll 20. Hold on. Okay. Reaper ascends 1 floor to the ground floor, and quite readily, Islander is saying, I hear snoring. Reaper reaches that floor, and looking around, you can see 1 acolyte, apparently, or he can see 1 acolyte. You know an acolyte as a manadar. By the way, did you tie up Dry?
No.
You did, right?
Oh.
Downer, did you tie up Dry? I'm just making sure.
Well,
that you guys...
I didn't. I didn't have ropes for it.
Oh, Alaric, did you tie up Dryston then?
Sure.
Okay.
Yes.
I want to make sure that we do that before, if that was what the plan was before you
exactly
pressed on. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. So Reaper sees a Savnorn acolyte praying in front of so the room appears to be rectangular in shape. There are 4 sets of bunk beds in this room. There's a fire. The lights are all out, but in the glow of the fireplace, there appears to be a number of monks, a number of acolytes sleeping in the various beds. He can't quite make out how many figures are in the room, but there's at least 1 acolyte that appears to be awake and is praying, or looks to be praying. The stairs then continue. The spiral staircase continues up, and Reaper's not been spotted. Are you Is Islander and Grim relaying this in whispers to the rest of the party?
I'm assuming yes.
Yeah.
Valander, you know what these rooms are normally, right?
Right.
So I don't know if you're giving commentary at all. But the room directly above where you're at now, up these stairs, is the common sleeping area for Manadars, for acolytes. Acolytes are the lowest rank of priest in the temple. A Manadar or acolyte. Okay. They're priests. They're not monks. They're not monks of the fighting order. They are just priests, but the lowest rank of priest. So now what? There's a doorway south of the room. There's some bookshelves. There's a door immediately next to the staircase leading out the back of the building, and a couple of windows, facing in two different directions on the walls. There are also some trunks, presumably for the belongings of the Manadars. What are Reaper's instructions? That was one round. That was one round of 6 before Islander could no longer see or hear through Reaper's eyes. I'm going to keep track of these rounds. Now what?
The Honda, is this the only way up?
We could go pretty much. I mean, we could try to go. Well,
This is the. I mean,
Yeah.
this is the only staircase to the second and third floor, Islander.
we could try climbing the outside of the building and then going in from the top, but that's gonna probably make even more noise than just like creeping up the staircase.
So we have a bunch of priests up there. One of them's awake. Right?
Dad?
Can we get Valandor to use his status to move him somewhere else quietly?
Can Valander use his status to move him somewhere else?
Well, they really don't like me. We could try to like get him down here, and we could just knock him out for a little bit.
Because if we wake them all up, then what?
No, yeah. Dresden, who was it that was awake? Do you remember?
Oh, I don't
Remember
know.
his name?
I'm afraid I don't.
What did he look like? Can you describe him for me?
He describes. You mean can? Well, Islander and
Right.
Grim can both basically describe. Well, actually, it might be difficult. Give me a investigate Grim and Grim and Islander. Give me investigation checks. Considering that this person is in nightwear and not facing the rat, it might be difficult to describe this person, particularly through its eyes. So, give me an investigation check. The DC is pretty high though, so let's see if either one of them can provide enough details for Dryston to identify the person. You guys hear me?
Yep.
Okay. So I need Grim and Islander. They're the ones with the eyes. Just to both make an investigation check.
Investigation check. Got it.
Oh, Jesus! Was that for Islander? Yeah, Islander just can't make out enough facial details to be able to describe anybody.
At one point, he sees another rat.
Yeah. He sees his own reflection. He sees the reflection and gets fascinated by it. He sees a piece of cheese. No, wait. What about Grim?
Imagine the face as the cheese.
Can I get an investigation check for Grim, please? Who's controlling Grim now?
Max.
Oh,
Max
yes.
will-
Max, you are. Yes,
All
Max,
of
you
you.
are. We demoted Daniel. Fard.
Me, hang on. Oh, there he is. Investigation, you say, yeah?
Yes, please.
Oh,
Yeah, not good enough. Nope. I'm afraid neither one of them can describe enough to give you any idea. No.
okay. I say we try to lure him down here and just put him next to Dad.
Uh,
So we're gonna have the rat bite his dick off, and then have him scurry down here, and we're gonna club him. There you go.
We could try to lure him outside, potentially.
Dryston says, "Well, if you untie me," and he looks flabbergasted. If you untie me, I could probably go up there and distract him, or at least bring him down.
I thought you said you don't want to be involved.
Well, I you know, and he looks at Thalander, says, "If it's important to the boy, it's important to me."
It's a slippery slope, Dryden. That's all I'm saying.
I understand.
First,
understand, Thal.
Small things lead to stealing paddles off of your dad.
I understand, Thal, but we're in it this far. You're in it this far.
But you don't have to do that. We could just have the rat bite his dick, and then we could just lead him down here through the rat.
Christ.
I have another idea.
Okay, what's your idea there, Journey?
Well, I have a sleep spell I could do.
Yeah.
I just have to position it so I'm not inside of the radius when I cast it. So I basically need to be in a corner. So is there an area in the room that I can maybe run to that I could then cast the spell?
Well, okay. Let's see. Well, it says to me it says that creatures within 20 feet of a point you choose within range are affected in ascending order of their current hit points, right?
There we go.
So you should be able to sneak up the stairs, put eyes on. Hopefully, we'll just pick a point in the room and cast it there. Anything in the room will be probably within 20 feet. I mean, the Mateus says the dimensions, the dimensions of this cellar the same as the room above. Do we know how big that room is?
Calendar.
I do.
So yeah,
he would.
I mean, the position of the rat says that the monk in question, or the priest in question, hang on a minute while I come down to your level real quick.
I think from memory that'd sort of be like over here, right?
Yeah, he says that the priest. He says that the priest in question is basically, that the priest in question is basically kneeling where Mateus is, right here, only one floor up.
Perfect. Okay.
Now, the room that he is in is about there's a doorway, because he's, if Grim is instructing the rat to turn its head and look one way or the other, the room is about, whoops, where's my ruler? The room that he's in is about this wide. So there's a wall here, right? Whoops, sorry, hold on. Snap to corner. There's a wall that runs along here. Can you see my ruler?
Yep.
Okay. There's the wall that runs here, and there's a doorway. There's an opening here where Brother Dryston is currently sitting down below. So the room is basically, the room up above is basically this, hang on, this area. Okay. That's basically the geometry of the room up above that they're slumbering in. Okay?
Okay.
So, given that, it is feasible, Alaric, for you to sneak up the stairs and just as your head pops up and you have vision in the room, you just need to pick a point in the room in this far corner and fire sleep, and it should affect everything between you and the stairs.
Do it.
Without affecting anybody below.
I like it.
You want to do it?
I think that's the best case. Anyone else agree?
Unless Dry really does want to come to the dark side, I think it's the best option we've got.
I still say that we have the right bite his dick, so then he comes down here to protect the rat.
My
I
goodness.
mean, there's another way also. We could have Mateus do his mind meld on the guy and suggest him to come down here or leave the room entirely. Like in that one pagan camp we went to.
Right. I suppose that would work. Hang on a second while I do something here real quick while you're. Yep. Okay. Here we go.
I'd like to think of it that we just take so long discussing this that one of them just comes down here.
Well, they're
Just
sleeping.
seeing like an entire group of people.
We're all just discussing how to knock one of them out. They walk down and they're like, "Well, you could just."
I could just work it. Well, I'm gonna argue that one round, 6 seconds is at least 6 seconds has passed. Maybe 12 seconds. Okay, 2 rounds have passed. You've now used 3 of your 10 rounds of Islander's ability to look through the eyes of the rat. So it's now 18 seconds into 60 seconds has elapsed. While
We
you
had this
debate.
whole 5-minute conversation in 60 seconds.
18 seconds.
18 seconds.
It could be longer if you'd like me to make it longer.
No.
What do you want to do?
All right. I say we do the sleep spell. See what happens.
Go for it.
All right, cool. It'd probably bring Reaper down too. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want Reaper to. You don't want Reaper to
Yeah.
fall asleep.
All right.
Yeah, choke the rat.
All right.
You
planning.
robbed Reaper of his ability to bite dick, which Reaper's not happy with. But he understands.
Islander breathes a sigh of
He
relief because
he
he
didn't really want to bite dick anyway. All right. So you cast sleep.
Yep.
So you sneak up the stairs. You cast sleep. I need you to roll 5d8. Is the total number of hit points. Let's see, spell says 5d8. The total is how many hit points of creatures this spell can affect. Creatures within 20 feet of the point you choose. In ascending order of their current hit points, ignoring unconscious creatures, starting with the creature that has them. Yep.
Okay. Here we go.
Go ahead. Go for it. 5d8. You don't want to roll it. You could cast this at a higher level. You cast it at first level, it's 5d8. If you cast it at second level, it's 7d8. If you cast it at third level, it's 9d8. You can add an additional 2d8 for each slot above first. So, do you want to cast it at first, or do you want to cast it higher?
Think.
I'm not sure how many levels you have. What slot you want to use?
I mean, it's 1 or 2.
First or second level? It's up to you. Do you want to use a first level slot or a second level slot? There are a number of sleeping Menadars in here. If you want to, now they're not unconscious. Sleep and unconsciousness are not the same thing. So it will, if they're sleeping now, it will force them to continue sleeping, so they will not wake because they will be magically sleeping. I don't consider this to be unconscious. Unconsciousness, in my as far as I define it for this spell, would be unwilling. You're out. You're not just sleeping.
Right.
Your body, your mind is shut down. You're in unconsciousness.
All right. All these guys are low level too, I'm assuming. So.
Well, they are lower level. They are the Salander says and Dryston say they are the lowest of the clergy. Be like deacons in a church.
All right. Oh.
They're students, if you like.
Okay.
Okay. So you want to do it at first level or second?
What's the difference again?
5d8 and 5d8 versus 7d8. You just get more dice.
Okay.
Which means
let's try 5d8.
You can affect more of them.
How many are up there?
You don't know. The rat can't identify, not unless he climbs up on each bunk and checks to see if it's empty. You just hear snoring. Islander and Grim can hear snoring. You've just lost another round, another 6 seconds while you're deliberating.
All right. 5d8. Level
5d8. All right, give me 5d8. Roll 5d8. 27 hit points is what I see. Yes?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. All right. Okay. So, okay. Hang on a minute. Well,
do we hear a thump? Do I see a thump?
Is the rat going back up? You brought the rat down so it wouldn't be affected by the spell.
Right. I guess do we hear a thump of the
yes. Well, the rat goes. If the rat goes back up the stairs, or Islander, or if you loitered long enough to see the effect of your spell, when you snuck up the stairs to get eyesight in the room well enough to cast the spell, Alaric, you saw a priest kneeling by the window exactly where the rat said it was, and you saw it collapse to the ground.
Awesome. There we go.
In front of its bunk.
All right. I'll relay that to the team and say, let's go.
Okay.
Target down.
Okay. Who's going up first?
I'll go
Reaper?
first.
Well, you setting Reaper up or what?
Nope, we're just going.
You're just gonna go.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So who's going first?
I'll go first.
Okay. All right. I will take you upstairs. Who's going second?
Most likely Isander.
Okay, hang on. Before you do,
Okay.
I'm going to. Okay. Are you stealthing, Alaric? If you are, I need a stealth check.
Yeah, I'm trying to be quiet just
All
in
right,
case.
Then I need a stealth check from you. And I'm going to bring you up alone. Hang on a second, because I can do this, Michael. Okay, Mike, you are now upstairs. Everybody else is downstairs. Mike, can you see?
Yep.
Okay. So you see you, taller that you are, and your stealth check was what? Oh, I don't see you haven't rolled a stealth check yet. That's better. Okay, 16 is good. You can see what looks like one acolyte sleeping at the foot of his bed of the bunk, and then you think you can make out probably 3 other monks or priests, acolytes, asleep in various beds. So you think you count 4 bodies, 4 slumbering individuals in the room.
Okay.
Otherwise, you see no other people in your line of sight. You see a door here. You see the lights are off in this room. The only light coming from any of the rooms is the fireplace. I know the map shows lit lanterns, but you assume that they're not lit. In fact, all you can see is is light from the fireplace for warmth, and in dim light, the fireplaces are still glowing. And then there's a door here in a room beyond. This looks like you can see through here a food prep table of some kind. And then there's another. You could maybe make out a couple of doors in this corner of this second room. What do you want to do? It's quiet. You don't hear any. You've been stealthy. What do you want to do? And what do you want to do to the rest to communicate to the rest of the group?
Communicate. Looks like it worked.
You're whispering this, right?
I am.
Okay.
Yeah. Put my head down.
Thalander, you hear? Okay. Lyric kind of whispers, and I don't know what's the order down the stairs. Thalander or Alaric, and then Oris.
I think Thalander should come up next.
Yeah, Thalander knows where he's going.
I'm happy. Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I'll go up whenever.
Okay. I'll bring. Let me bring you up. Thalander. Copy. Delete. Alaric is no longer here. Delete. Thalander, there you are. And I'm going to bring Thalander onto the map. 1 second. Thalander, there you are. Okay. You should be on the ground floor, Max.
Yep.
All right. So you're right behind Alaric. Alaric has reached the threshold of the floor. You're coming up right behind him. What do you say? What do you do? You can see now what looks like a number of slumbering acolytes, manadars, and otherwise you don't. I need a stealth check from you, please, Thalander.
Boom.
Good. Excellent. You're quiet. No creaking of the stairs. What do you tell? The stairs continue up.
The next floor is the general library, but we need to go up one more. There was somebody sitting awake at the top of this section here.
I'd like to poke my head into the next floor and just sort of see if that guy's still there.
Okay, I'm going to say your stealth check was quiet enough to take you there. Let me pop up to the next floor. Let me take you up to the next floor. 1 second. So, Alaric, you step aside to let Thalander past you.
Or we can send the rat up there.
You could. So,
Unless Thalander is confident.
Alaric puts his hand on your shoulder, Thalander, and says, "We could send Reaper." Do you continue,
No.
Thalander, or do you?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, go on then.
Okay.
That's fine, dude. Go.
Okay. Another two
Tell 'em.
rounds. Another 2 rounds are gone. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 36 seconds have elapsed, and of the 1 minute, and it's much faster than the real thought process going into this, and because you are heroes after all, and so we will send Reaper up ahead. Okay. Reaper goes on up the stairs to level 1, first floor. And Reaper his eyes, Islander, who will be next up the stairs? I assume it would have to be Islander so he can communicate what Reaper sees. I'm going to put Islander and then Grim in that order, coming up the stairs. Then we're going to put Oris. Then we'll put Drigo, or Mateus, and Drigo picking up the rear. Okay? That's the order on the stairs at the moment. Reaper reaches the first floor, and through Reaper's eyes, you can see, Islander says, I see someone dressed in purple, much like you are dressed, Thalander, sitting in front of the fire, quite awake.
Yes, I was a little concerned about that. He's going to be... Not sure how we're going to go past him. He's a studious one, him.
I'll relay that to everybody else. Be like, so like we've got this floor covered, but the next one might be a wee bit more difficult.
I say we suplex him.
I don't know. What else is in your bag of tricks?
Like, we can't kill him, can we?
No. Thalander, you know that on the second floor there's a you probably, well, you've been here long enough to know that on the second floor, in addition to a lounge area in front of the fire, there's also two dormitories, a male dormitory and a female dormitory, and that there are a number of Haliki who are proper priests, not acolytes. But the Halikis, there's a number of Halikis that there's 2 Rowantes who are members of the administrative side of the temple, and then a number of Halikis in residence who do sleep in those separate rooms, and you know they're rooms, but they're separated by curtains from the main foyer or the main lounge area. On the third floor, which is where the higher end administrators, including the Abarty, has a chamber. But you know that on that floor, on the top floor, there are generally very few people who spend the night. There are several sleeping chambers up there, but most of the senior members of the temple have apartments or townhouses in the Heru Gate quadrant of the city. So the third floor, if you get to the third floor, you're probably in good shape, or in the second floor above ground. If but in this one floor, if too much noise is made, you could wake quite a few of the priests.
Yeah. This is perhaps one that we really don't want to make much noise on. Yes. Fellas, any ideas on this one?
And I'll like poke my head back downstairs and be like, guys, like we solved problem 1, but now we've got problem 2.
I don't know how you can cast sleep again, Mac. As long as you have slots. That's one thing.
Is it not concentration?
Alaric? No.
Oh no, I guess it wouldn't be. No.
No. The sleep spell, Alaric, is you're not limited to only casting one spell once. You have to, but I don't know how many slots you have left that you've already used. You've obviously used the first level slot. Do you have available slots left?
Yep. I haven't done.
You have a second level slot, because you could have cast that as a second level. I haven't looked at your character sheet, so I don't know what your character sheet looks like as far as slots available. You should be checking. You should be checking. Yeah, you should be checking off slots as you use them.
Yeah, I haven't used any of these level 1 spells in a while. The other idea is if we can.
So I'm looking at your character. I'm looking at your spell sheet right now. It says you have 3 slots available of 3 slots remaining. 3 slots total. 3 slots remaining in first level. That should now say 3 slots total, 2 remaining. Correct? Because you just used 1. So this you drop this down to 2. You put your mouse over it. Yeah. So you got 2 slots. You got 2 first level slots remaining. And then I guess that's it. I don't see that you have. It doesn't show that you have second level slots. Do you? You're 5th level. You're a battle mage, right? You're a battle. Your class is Eldritch Knight. What's the Eldritch Knight? What 5th level? I don't know how many slots you've used so far, but hold on a minute. Let's look up Eldritch Knight for a second.
Can't say I recall.
Okay, let me look up Eldritch Knight. Eldritch Knight spellcasting. Here we go. This should tell us. We'll have spell slots. Okay. At 5th level. 5th level fighter, you should have 2 cantrips known, 4 spells known, 3 first level spell slots. You do not have second level spell slots. You don't gain second level spell slots till the 7th level of your fighter. So yeah, at 5th level, you just have the 3 first level spell slots. So so given that, you cannot cast anything at 2nd level, but this suggests that you still have 2 first level spell slots. So you could, in theory, throw sleep again.
The other thing I was thinking was if we could drive him using minor illusion, do either like a sound or something.
Now Reaper sees this Islender and Grim say, Grim says, Hmm. This this monk is dressed much like you, Thalander, but he's got fancier robes.
Oh, he's a bit pompous. That's all.
Mm.
Yeah,
Give
no,
me a
he's kind of like
give
he's
me
kind
a
of like the yeah.
no. Yeah, I mean, give me a description. Give me a investigation check on for Isolender and Grim, please. And this is about the end of. It's not actually we're this will be the last chance that Isolender has to identify, not unless he wants to cast his beast senses a second time. And I don't know how many slots
Grim,
Islander has, but
Grim's investigation is a 13.
a 13. Okay. And
Alright,
then,
Islander, and we want me to do a investigation?
yes, investigation check. Oh, jeez.
Like my rolls. I'm attacking. We're trying to climb up a cliff.
Unfortunately, Grim is having
Two
difficulty.
nat once in a
Grim
row.
can't.
Wow, shit.
Grim can't really describe the guy well enough for you to get a definite, firm picture of who it might be, Thalander. But
He sees the
the
cheese.
the fancier robes suggest it could be a senior brother.
Right.
And senior brother Guion was the one who was trying to chase you out of the library.
Right. No, Thalander's assuming it's Guion. Yeah.
Shit.
This one might be a little difficult to get past, but we're gonna keep going.
So we're killing
I mean-
him, or
I think it's down to Mateus. His mind meld or another sleep spell.
I wouldn't. Well, let's see what Mateus. Let's see what Mateus has up his bag of tricks. Hold on a minute. So, he also has sleep. What does this do? Nope, I didn't want. What? That's weird. I don't know why that came up. Hang on a minute. Let me look this up. That was weird. Okay. Oops. Okay. Let's go back. What else can you do? No, many of his spells are already used up. Well, he could cast sleep at 3rd level. That would give him. Let's see. Hold on. I want to make sure that he can do this. Yeah, he's a wizard. Sorry, guys. I'm looking something up. Roll 20 is being slow to me for me sometimes. Everybody still there?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Real quick. It's getting late. Spellcasting. Trips. Range. Okay. Okay, hold on. Check wizards here. Looking for options. I am not used to playing a wizard. Okay. Okay. So, as a wizard, I'm not sure what he's prepared. I'm going to say, since Mateus has not played for quite some time, that I'm going to say that sleep is prepared. You may have used these symbols. Okay. So, Mateus. Yes.
Cool.
Mateus could cast spell sleep at 3rd level, which would add 6-sided dice. He would be rolling 9 or 9d8. Was it? It was 5d8, right? Yeah. So he'd be rolling 9d8 to try and put this guy to sleep.
That's feels like our best bet, no?
What do you guys think?
Probably.
That's what I say. I want to wake everyone up.
Okay. So Mateus sneaks up the stairs to get to the point where he can just see over the lip of the stairs at the glowing firelight. Give me a stealth check for Mateus, please. Oh, that's my job because I'm running Mateus. Never mind. Let me get Mateus's character up again. This could be interesting. Who's behind Mateus? What's the order of the stairs, just in case this becomes important?
Guess oars.
Mateus is pushed everybody aside, and it's Mateus and then Oris, or is it Mateus, Thalander? You tell me, guys. What's the order on the stairs in case this doesn't work?
Mateus and then oars.
Okay, so it is Mateus, Oris. Who's behind Oris?
Me?
Okay, Thalander.
Oh wait, that's sorry. No, it's just...
Thalander.
Sure.
Okay, who's behind Thalander? Alaric? Or Estelundar?
You mean up the stairs we're about to go up?
Yeah, between the first
Okay.
and second floors. Mateus has
Yeah.
snuck up the stairs to cast sleep, a higher level sleep than you have, Alaric.
Okay.
Oris
Now
is.
let
Go
me
ahead.
follow,
Do you want to
just in
follow?
case.
Okay, Alaric
Yeah.
is so Alaric Oris. I'm gonna say Alaric's behind Mateus, then Oris, then Thalander, then Islandar. Then we'll put Drigo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, there we go. Okay. Okay. So he's casting sleep at third level. That's gonna be 998. Right. Oh, I was gonna do a stealth check. Stealth. Oof. That's good enough.
Close.
Good enough. Okay. Let's do 98 and see what happens. Ooh, 29.
Man,
Not
it's not fantastic.
not high enough, unfortunately.
I did a 27.
Yeah, not high enough. So unfortunately, the sleep spell goes off, but senior brother Grion is not put asleep, and he stands up out of the chair he's sitting in, turns towards the stairs, and says, "What the hell's going on here? By all of Savnor!"
Okay, we're just gonna quickly draw out his crossbow and shoot him.
Okay, well, we're gonna need. Okay,
Well-
so at this point, gentlemen, it's 11:16 p.m. Central Time. We probably should pause and leave it there for tonight. Because if we kick this off, it's going to be a little while. How does that? I mean, Max, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah, calling it for the night's probably a good idea for me. If I just don't want to put everybody else out, that's all.
well, if we call it for the night, then Avian will be back, presumably. Maybe Grim as well. So we'll have Rodrigo for sure. So we'll have more actual players. I will tell you what, because I don't want to disappoint you, Mr. Z. I'll let you, since you had I assume you had a cross. Well,
Light crossbow.
He's been very quick on the draw tonight, just in general.
he has, but Alaric did. I'll say that Oris, your short stature and determination to keep Alaric from getting in the way meant you will get the first shot. So to reward Oris for quick thinking, Oris, go ahead and take your shots, and then we'll pick up from there.
So
Next
is
time.
this like a what type of check is this then? Dexterity?
No, on your character sheet, you should have a crossbow weapon
Mhm.
on your character sheet. You just
Oh,
click on
yeah.
you just click on it to shoot.
Oh.
Oh, bless me. Apologies.
Oh shoot, I was looking at freaking Crumb's sheet.
You just click on your weapon, and it will roll. It will make it launch an attack.
Shit.
Yeah, a 7 doesn't work. So you get 2 shots. I think you get 2 shots because you get 2 attacks.
No, if it's a crossbow, it's got reload.
Oh, that's true. So the light
Which means that-
crossbow
yeah.
misses. So the light crossbow misses, and let's see, a piercing miss. The attack was easily parried. Well, it didn't even need to be parried. He basically sidestepped it, and the coral smacked into the wall behind him. And he's facing both Mateus and Oris's crossbow, which is just below Mateus's knee on the stairs as Oris tried to take a shot. So we will start next time with initiative. and go from there. Gentlemen, thank you
Sounds
for
good.
playing.
Thank you.
Yeah, you.
All right.
Have a good night.
Have a good night. We'll see you next time. I'll try and set up a date that we can all get together and see what happens next. All right.
Okie
Sounds good.
dokie.
All right. Good night.
Alright.
Bye.
Good night, all.
Good night. Good night.